The Secret Diary of an Indoor Cat by Julian Hutchings, Episode 3. Sunday. When will they buy a new sofa? This one is scratched to bits. They take no pride in their stuff. I think it's him. He just doesn't notice stuff. I swear he's in a world of his own half the time. All he thinks about is his bloody bikes. What does he see in them? He rearranged the furniture in the living room yesterday. God, did that create some arguments. "What have you done?" she said. "I switched the sofas around," he said. "What do you think?" "All right," she said, in a tight-lipped kind of way. "Don't you like it?" he said. "Why do you say that? You don't seem very enthusiastic. Why didn't you ask me?" "Ask you what?" "About moving the furniture around, instead of just going ahead and doing it. I would have asked you. I would have discussed it with you. But you just go ahead and do it." "Well, do you like it?" "That's not the point. You should have spoken to me first." "I can move it back." "That's not what I'm saying. So, do you like it then?" "It's all right." And so it goes on. Monday. It is getting lighter in the mornings. When will the clocks go forward? I am confused by time, as by so many things. Where does that hour come from, and where does it go? And what will happen when we leave Europe? Will they still be an hour ahead of us, or can we take that hour back, along with sovereignty, control, blue passports, security of our borders, freedom from interference by the European Court, and those unelected bureaucratic busybodies in Brussels? Tuesday. I will never understand geometry. Squares and rectangles I get, and a circle is obvious. But what's a trapezoid? What's a cone? What's the difference between an isosceles triangle and a triangle? What's a plane? Who was Euclid and Pythagoras? What is pi and tangents, cosines? Anyone have any idea? The weather never changes in here. Wednesday. I saw the space station pass. At least, I think it was the space station. It was night. They'd all gone to bed. I sat, as I often do, on the window seat in the conservatory. There's a soft cushion there, now drenched in my cat smell, fluffy with my molted hairs. It's a favourite spot. I can look up, through a gap in the curtains, to the growing pinpricks of light in the night sky. Occasionally I see a plane, winking lights, winking in the gloom, track its steady path to Heathrow or heading out to the continent, destination who knows where. I do my best to pick out the stars and the few constellations that are visible through my small patch of glass. I don't understand constellations. You look at a picture in a book and it says this pattern is the Great Bear or Orion's Belt or whatever it is. And I think, I can't see that. I can't see a belt. I can't see a bear, great or otherwise. I'm just seeing stars. Anyway, I saw a faint light moving across the sky. I bet it was the space station, and it got me thinking. What do they do up there as the long days morph into long nights and they're trapped, round and round for days, weeks, months, years sometimes, if you're Russian? Their lives must be a lot like mine. Eat, sleep, shit, more sleep, eat, another shit, if it's a good day. And then they come home and nobody cares anymore. They've seen it all before and now they're just another astronaut who spent 6 months on the space station playing computer games. Thursday. I hate Thursdays. I was reading G.K. Chesterton's The Man Who Was Thursday the other day, and it got me thinking, which is the worst day? Everyone moans about Sunday, but Sunday's okay. Thursday is my problem day. It's not the beginning of the week, that's Monday, or Sunday in some cultures, or the end of the week, that's Friday, or Sunday if you prefer, and Wednesday is the middle of the week. Saturday's always fun, so that leaves Tuesday, and Thursday's mine, ergo, or whatever the Latin is. Friday. He bought a shed. He calls it a garden room, and she calls it her retreat, but really it's a glorified shed. I watched the workmen erecting it, trapped behind my glass like the specimen I am. It looks nice. Painted green, although I hate that colour, with electrics and heating and a TV, an armchair, A desk where he'll sit and pretend to write his boring cycling stories, and she'll pretend to write her angst-ridden short stories with her deathless prose which no one will ever read. God, I sound bitter. Don't be bitter, peeps. It's not very attractive. I wish I had a shed, my own private space, a home of my own with a private toilet, my own secret pussy hole that I could disappear into. Who am I kidding? No shed for Sir Ian. Not in this life, anyway. Saturday. I see no benefit in digital radio. I received a letter. Cat post is like human post. Not great, but it works, eventually. It turned out to be a chain letter. Why am I being sent a chain letter? Who am I going to send it to? Send to 10 of your friends, it said. Why do they mock me like that? They know I don't have 10 friends. I don't even know 10 cats, never mind 10 cat friends. And what will happen to me if I don't send it on? You'll have no friends, it says. That scares me no end. Later. The Great Gatsby is not as good as everyone thinks. I read it in an afternoon while they went ice skating. Fitzgerald is a fine stylist, but I sometimes wonder if his story doesn't sink under the weight of his style. I prefer his short stories. The Cat as Big as the Ritz, about a giant cat that morphs into a Parisian hotel, is my favourite. Joke. Sunday. Underfloor heating does not count as progress. The Romans had underfloor heating, and flushing toilets, and central heating, and built many of the roads that people travel on still. I watched a programme about them, and the Chinese invented paper. Tuesday. I'm going to try and send a message in a bottle. I have a bottle. It belonged to the girl and used to contain Evian water. And I have a message. Dear Sir or Madam. It helps to be polite. I am a cat imprisoned in a house in West Wickham in Kent. Please send help. No reasonable offers declined. Yours, etc., Sir Ian, the cat. I shall put the message in the bottle, but how to throw it in the sea? I'm nowhere near the sea. I know. I shall leave it with the other rubbish, and they can put it out with the recycling, and then when it is recycled, someone will read a message and come and rescue me. Sorted. The children found the bottle in the garden, hidden in some bushes. The message was still in it. We have taken the message out and framed it. It is on the wall in our hallway. Thursday. Water is overrated. It's all I'm ever given. Why don't they try me on something different? I heard someone on the telly talking about a medium, flat white, skinny mocha with soy milk. I have no idea what it is, and I'm not sure they did, but I fancy trying one. Or a coffee, a Coke, gin, orange juice, apple juice, pineapple juice, tomato juice, any bloody juice, frankly. A nice slow gin, cider, rum, a milkshake, J2O, hot chocolate, green tea, peppermint tea, chamomile tea, any bloody tea, or even an occasional beer would be nice. But no, I'm the cat, so I get water and occasionally a little cream. I'm the cat who occasionally gets the cream. Would you trade places with me? Of course you wouldn't. Friday. I played with a bit of string. However, despite what you may think, cats do not enjoy playing with string. But what choice do I have? These people don't seem to own a chess set. I'd rather stick needles in my eyes than play Monopoly. Cluedo is dull, the PlayStation is out of order, and I can't work the table football. So, string it is. That's my string theory. Joke. I wonder what they keep in their safe. Maybe I should put my journal in there. At least it would be safe. This is how my day breaks down. Sleeping, running around, eating, a lot, toilet, iPad, journal, repeat, repeat. Later. The Wi-Fi is not working. It's annoying. There's a film I was hoping to catch on iPlayer. Perhaps you know it. The Cat and the Canary. Bob Hope plays the cat. Joke. I think we have mice. I expect you think I'd be pleased about that, but you'd be wrong. I hate mice. As far as I know, all cats hate mice. They're small and squishy, with truncated arms and tiny legs and little red eyes like pinpricks. And they have little teeth which are too big for their little mouths and stick out the front. They think they're so clever, standing on their hind legs with their stuck-up noses, sniffing the air and twitching. And they eat crumbs. Crumbs! Have they no pride, no self-respect? Is it any wonder we chase them? And when we catch them, it's so easy to kill them. They die so easily and with so little fight. That's why we leave their little torn and bloody bodies on the kitchen floor, so you can see how smart we are. I finished 50 Shades of Grey. It was terrible. I'd say it's pornography, but it's worse than that. That is time I will not get back. I feel like hitting something, or abusing something. Get me a mouse! Cheryl Cole will always be Cheryl Cole to me, no matter how many times she gets into another failed marriage. That's a bit catty. Sorry. Saturday. And so the seasons change. How do I know? The grass is parched and no rain falls. The sky is a deep blue. The central heating is switched off, not to return now until the nights draw in. They eat salad for dinner, and the fridge is full of water and the freezer full of ice cream. Do I get cold food? Does salad grace my plate? Am I offered a cooling drink with ice cubes floating? No, I do not. It does not, and I am not. Have you got sunblock on? The woman says to him as he sets out on his bicycle. Carry some water, the kids are told. We've run out of ice cream, the kids say with monotonous regularity. And they go on holiday, and I go to the cattery. They're going to the seaside, Swanage, in Dorset. They go every year. They rent a house for a week. I wish I could go. I'd be no trouble. They could keep me inside, but I'd be beside the sea. I'd watch the sun set over the dancing cliffs and dream of chasing seagulls and bringing one of those ugly, filthy, scavenging, scruffy birds to an early, watery grave. I could dream of a holiday romance with a dainty, delicate ginger with soft paws, or swarthy, smoky moggy with come-to-bed eyes, my come-to-bed pussy. I could bask on the balcony with the warm sun chasing patterns on my fur, while they drift in the cold, cold water and build sandcastles, or go for long walks over the hills to Dancing Ledge and Swire Head. Forget it. Why do I still dream? I'm off to the cattery. I don't want to go, but they chase me down and shove me in that grubby cat basket, and the locks close around me like the seal on my Pharaoh's tomb. I ride on the back seat of the car, too low to see anything out of the window, and in any case I'm facing the seat, so all I catch is a glimpse of the dirty velour of the back seat of their ageing Vauxhall. It's not a long journey, but I know not where there are no landmarks to give me a clue. I am like John Paul Getty III, catnapped in Italy, about to lose my ear to impatient gangsters. I'm nervous. I can't help it. I wet myself. The car rolls to a stop and someone lifts the basket. The basket is set down. I hear voices. The door is unlocked and I am released into a new prison. A cold cement floor, wire mesh, a little hut like a hermit in the woods, a grubby blanket, a shit tray, not even my own, a metal bowl of milk. Home for the next week. I bet the Wi-Fi doesn't work. Sunday. Nothing happened. I ate, I slept, I shat. I stared through the wire. Monday. Nothing happened. I ate, I slept, I shat, I stared through the wire. Tuesday. Nothing happened. I ate, I slept, I shat twice. I hear her singing through the wire. Wednesday. Something happened. She made contact. It happened like this. I was doing my usual, pacing the cement floor of my little cell, dreaming of the world outside, when I heard a faint tapping sound. I turned around, sniffed the air, pricked my ears. Nothing. I headed to the back of the cell and leaned against the bare grey cinder block walls. There it was again, an insistent tapping like the sound of life's big clock ticking the seconds away. I listened closer. There was an insistent rhythm to the tapping, and I gradually made out the words. "Hello," it started. "Who's there?" "Me," I tapped. "Who are you?" "They call me Sir Ian." "Sir Ian?" "Yes." "Strange name. Why?" "I don't know." "Are you alone?" "I'm always alone." I felt like replying, but didn't. Instead I said, "Yes. What's your name?" "They call me Tiddles." "I'm sorry," I said. "Why?" "That's a terrible name." "Thanks." "Sorry." The tapping stopped. I had a shit and a nap. Thursday. I'd just finished my breakfast when I heard the tapping again. "How long have you been here?" she asked. 4 days. No, 5. No, this is my 6th. You don't seem very sure. Sorry, you lose track of time in here. How about you? I don't know. I've lost track of time. 6 months, maybe more. Why so long? I live here. I suppose you're on holiday. I wouldn't call it a holiday. You'll be going home, though, won't you? For some of us, this is our home. You're right. Sorry. Friday. There was no tapping. I tapped, but got no response. I slept and ate. No shit today. Saturday. They came for me and took me home. They were hot and tired, tanned and grumpy. When we got home, they gave me some cat treats. As you know, I don't like them, but I ate them anyway. It doesn't pay to be ungrateful. I had a dream about Tiddles. I woke up feeling guilty and feeling myself. Sunday. I missed the cattery. And Tiddles. She seemed nice. But holiday romances, they never last, do they? Mine didn't. Tuesday. A new cat has appeared in the garden. I think I'm in love. She is unattainable, literally. Is she outside looking in, or am I inside looking out? Or are we both outside looking in? Maybe love is always inside and we are always outside, or vice versa. Who can say? All I know is that I ache for her. She puts her paw against the glass from her side, and I put my paw against the glass from my side, and we are so close and yet so far away. We rub our noses, or we try to, but the glass mocks us, and instead of her warm softness, all I feel is the cold hardness of the glass. I tell her she must wait for me, and one day I will come to her, but she is wiser and more worldly in these matters than I, and she knows that I mean well but don't speak the truth. I know that she will find another, and they will roll and tumble in the grass, and each tumble will mean another part of my heart will shrivel and die. They think I am happy inside, but bit by bit I am dying inside. Love, 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 love for another is all of life. It is life. It's why we're here and why we go on. Even cats. It's not whiskers and licking your private parts in a warm place by the fire and sleeping all day, although that's a small part of it. We do that because we have no love in our lives. Yes, the man and the woman, the boy and the girl, they love me, or think they do, but I can't love them, not in the same way. I need my species, and they won't give me that. They call it love, but I call it hate. Wednesday. I saw her again, in the garden. She saw me looking and turned away and killed a bird and ate it before my eyes. I took a phone call from someone who was offering a cast iron investment. Cast iron is so last year. I shall invest in gold. Krugerrands, possibly. Can you still get them? Or an ingot. Ingots sound nice. Thursday. She wasn't there today. I've been reading Watchtower magazine. I'm not convinced. If I was looking at the afterknife, I think Betterware looks more fun. Friday. She's gone, and she's not coming back. I know it. I sense it. I feel it. I think it. I dared to dream for one small moment in time, and then it's gone. Those that dream at night are one thing. Dreamers in the day are to be feared. They may take their dreams and cast them into reality and scare us all. I'm a night dreamer, not from choice, but from necessity. Dominoes are... Or is it Domino's is? I'm never sure. Offering 2 for 1 on any large pizza. Pizza Hut are offering buy one, get one free. I can't work out which is the better deal. I don't like pizza, so it's academic, but it passed the time. Saturday. I have started to do my banking online. It's more convenient, and obviously I was never able to get to the bank. Sunday. I think someone has been reading my journal. I found some smudges on a few of the pages which weren't there before, and I noticed the girl giving me funny looks when I went into the cupboard where my failed tunnel was. I caught her following me. I think she's trying to find out where I keep the journal and my pencils. Monday. There is no God. There, I've said it. May God strike me down if I'm wrong. I always suspected I didn't have a soul, and now I'm sure of it. Tuesday. The colour green offends me. It's boring. It has no soul like me. I prefer reds and golds. Yellow, sometimes blues, occasionally orange and a bit of black around the edges. Not green, though. Wednesday. I can't finish Proust, and I can't start Finnegan's Wake, and I'm halfway through Gravity's Rainbow. I didn't get Catch-22, Lolita is pornography, Dickens is dull, Steinbeck is depressing, Julian Barnes is insufferably middle class, Ian McEwan is overrated, Tolstoy is too long, and so it goes on. Great literature is not always great literature. But Dostoevsky, good old Fyodor, he never lets you down. Thursday. I don't see the point of dogs. What do they contribute to the sum of feline happiness? Nothing. I watched a programme about the ancient Egyptians. It seems they worshipped cats. I totally get that. A bit of cat worship would suit me just fine. I mean, they like me, these people, the ones who think they own me, but they don't worship me. There are no sacrifices on the altar of my fur, no burnt offerings left by my shit tray. They don't say prayers to me or sing hymns on a Sunday and wait for my blessing. But they should. Imagine what I could do for them, what gifts could be theirs. Friday. I think my iPod is broken. It won't shuffle. First world problems. I've set up a Just Giving page. If you're a taxpayer, please tick the gift aid option. I should use the money for a good cause. Thursday. I have a problem with numbers. I don't like the number 6. I've decided to remove it and ignore it if I come across it. Please don't send me anything with the number 6 in it. I'll eat 5 Daddy Longlegs legs, but I'll leave the 6th. I'll be like God, resting on the 7th day, only mine will be on the 6th. Imagine if God had decided to rest on the 3rd or 4th day instead of the 7th. How would our lives be different? Not mine, maybe, but yours, perhaps. Friday. I think my hair is falling out. Did you ever see a bald cat? Me neither. But then I've seen few cats. I found clumps of hair on the sofa and stuck to the carpet. Is it mine, or is it the man's? I wonder if the microwave waves are affecting me. I need some tests. Maybe the microwaves taught me to read and write and showed me how to dream and then made my hair fall out. It's a theory. Saturday. How will I know if I'm agoraphobic? Maybe I'm agoraphobic and couldn't go outside even if I was able to. What if the door was left open one day and I made a dash for it and froze at the open doorway? The fresh air so clean and clear I could taste it, and the bright sunshine warm on my dancing fur, and the light breeze caressing the grass, and the other cats lying in the bushes in wait with presents and a massive welcome party, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't go out and ended up stalled. And someone would find me crouched in the open doorway, and they would look at me and not say anything and slowly pull the door close. It would be like that scene in Godfather Part 2 where Al Pacino closes the door in Diane Keaton's face and she stands there, disappearing from view as her children disappear forever. Or that final scene in The Third Man. Do you know the one? Joseph Cotton leans on the jeep and waits by the road after Orson Welles has been buried. And Alida Valley, she walks towards him, in long shot, down the dusty road with graves on either side, her head held high, looking straight ahead, and Cotton aches for her, and thinks this is his chance. With Wells gone she can love him. But she keeps on walking, and doesn't look at him, and he watches as she swishes past and disappears into the distance, and out of his life forever. That's me, Joseph Cotton, always on the edge of life, and that cat in the garden, whose name I don't know and will never know. She's Alida Valley. Sunday. I'm not in love anymore. My lover's gone away and left me all alone. I've been sitting here listening to country love songs and weeping. Will I ever find true love in these four walls? Hank Williams, Emmylou Harris, but my absolute favourite is Lucinda Williams' song, 3 Days. Did you only love me for those 3 days? And I have been so fucking alone since those 3 days. Monday. Today I was mostly sleeping, catnapping. I won £25 on the premium bonds. Why do I never win the big one? Why do I have some luck, but not the luck I really need and want? It's a mystery. I think television rots the mind. It certainly rotted mine. I tried to eat the TV remote control. That did not go down well. I have learned that the word pussy is a slang term for a lady's private parts. I can't decide whether I'm pleased about this, but a little bit offended, or offended, but a little bit pleased. I will give it some more thought. My eyesight is failing. I think I need glasses. Where can one get an eye test around here? Thursday. There is nowhere left to scratch. You've seen my top 10. I've scratched the carpets and the stairs, the armchairs and the sofas. I tried the curtains, but I slipped down. It annoys them, but what do they expect? Claws need sharpening in case I'm ever attacked by a vicious animal, although that isn't likely to happen in here. And I have nowhere else to go. I'm genetically programmed to sharpen my claws. It's what we do. I've run out of places to scratch. I've run out of worlds to conquer. I read somewhere that Alexander the Great wept when he was told that there were no worlds left to conquer. No worlds left that they knew about, would be more accurate, perhaps. They bought me a scratching post. I won't use it. That will annoy them no end. I won't use it because it's a scratching post. Do you think in the wild a cat uses a scratching post? Of course they don't. They use the whole of their world, and I shall do the same. Wednesday. Cat Ballou is not a film about cats. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof is also not about cats. Elizabeth Taylor was good, though. Kathmandu is the capital of Nepal, nothing to do with cats. A cat o' nine tails was a whip used to flog sailors in the British Navy until the late 19th century. They didn't use a real cat. They used to use catgut to string tennis rackets. Was that real catguts, or was it an expression? I never knew, and I still don't know. But I don't like to think of my ancestors' guts being used to string a tennis racket. I mean, what did they use to make the tennis balls? Later. Another of my favourite expressions is no room to swing a cat. I don't think there's a cat swinging room in this house. If there is, I've not been in it. I've never really been a swinging cat, if I'm honest. I'm very dull and ordinary, although I can read and write. There was a very interesting programme on the television last night. Unfortunately, I can't remember anything about it. It was about memory. I've never been a fan of modern art. I just don't get it. I also think Van Gogh is overrated. There's been a small earthquake in the Philippines. I don't know where that is. I hope it's not nearby. Why do humans walk upright while us lesser, better animals are on four legs? I've started to appreciate the true sound of a vinyl record again. It really cannot be beaten. They have a meagre collection, but their choices are good ones. A few Dylan, Joni Mitchell's Blue, Van Morrison's Astral Weeks, and No Guru, No Method, No Teacher. Santana, a band called Pavlov's Dog, who I've never heard of and have no desire to find out. Some Grateful Dead, Mumford & Sons, their well-known one, but I like it. The Who's Tommy and Quadrophenia, Counting Crows, love it. Leonard Cohen, The Doors, Riders on the Storm. I've been listening to Cat Stevens. He doesn't sound like any other cat I've ever heard. Morning Has Broken is a bit twee for my liking. Fathers and Sons, at least he has a father. I too have a father. I just don't know who it is, or was. I have decided not to celebrate Christmas this year. It is just getting too commercialised. Instead, I will order myself a present from Amazon and eat a big meal, or 8. Thursday. I'm going to withdraw from the fourth dimension. They're putting the clocks forward, but I shall not change mine. I refuse to be imprisoned by time as I am imprisoned by everything else. And so the seasons come and go in an unending cycle, but it will end. One day it will all end. Wednesday. My teeth are not good. I have an abscess in one of my fangs and it hurts like a bastard. I wish they'd hurry up and make an appointment with the dentist. I may need dentures. It's all vanity, I know, but I don't want dentures. There is little to be said for dry food. Thursday. I refuse to play the national lottery. I regard it as a tax on the poor and the gullible. I've never had a haircut. Why is that? They have haircuts. Their hair gets long and they leave the house and come back and their hair is short. So why don't cats need haircuts? I know our hair falls out when it's hot and we're molting or we have cancer. I mean, it must grow because it gets longer. So how does it get shorter? Another of life's great mysteries. Friday. I'm learning French. I don't know why, as I have no one to talk to, but maybe that will change. I dream of French pussy, as I'm sure others do. Cat in French is chat. Maybe I can chat with a French cat, Or get a pen friend, some filthy French moggy in stockings and come-to-bed eyes. I need to lie down. Saturday. I have never taken a holiday. I am withdrawing from Twitter. I am fed up with the abuse and the constant drivel. I am toning down my social media profile. But you can still follow my Instagram feed on #IndoorCatWorship. Sunday. Global warming has not affected me so far, but I am concerned for the future of the planet. What if there are no houses left for cats to live in? That would be good. Or would it? Burning fossil fuels, methane gas, cutting down the Amazon rainforest. Amazon does rainforests? Filling the oceans with plastic, destroying the environment. Just because I'm a cat who never leaves the house doesn't mean I don't think about these things. You're not the only ones who care. Single-use plastic straws. They're an abomination. What's a straw? Monday. I wonder if I have dementia. I certainly have short-term memory loss and I often get confused. But how will I know? I can remember the name of the Prime Minister, unfortunately, and I know what day it is and what I had for breakfast, but other things fade in and out of my memory like a radio signal when the weather is bad and the strong winds blow. But does it matter? Lose your mind and you might lose your dreams. Tuesday. I have a song in my heart, but I can't remember the words. I get so lonely sometimes that it hurts. Later. Laps aren't comfortable. Wednesday. I have fleas. Where do they come from? They are little, they say little, and they smell. What purpose do they serve? I would flee, but I have nowhere to go. Thursday. I have created a race circuit on the ground floor. My personal best so far is 11 seconds. It is not the same as competing against someone else, but it will have to do. Friday. Fur balls are not funny. I've heard all the jokes, so don't bother. We get fur balls because we lick our fur and then we swallow it, and hair can't be digested. Did you know that? You'll never find any hair in my shit. I should know. I looked. So all the hair binds together in your stomach into a ball, and after a while it gets too big and you have to puke it up, and that's the fur ball. Not nice, I know, but such is a cat's life. Saturday. I think my memory is going, but I don't know where it's gone. I remember less now than I used to, and I can't remember what I've forgotten. Did I write that already? I can't remember. Sunday. I've never seen Star Wars, and have no desire to either. Monday. T.S. Eliot hated cats. I hate T.S. Eliot. However, I've always secretly enjoyed Sylvia Plath. You can never have enough angst in your life. Tuesday. I hate labels. However, I am a mongrel cat. Nothing fancy about me. I hate Persians, Burmans, Siamese, and that other posh breed whose name I can never remember. Wednesday. A catastrophe is a disaster, a traumatic event. I don't see why it should be named after a cat. Cats are not responsible for the world's ills. Thursday. I've never seen Star Trek. Friday. Stephen Fry doesn't do it for me. I could never watch QI, even with that Danish woman now doing it. Saturday. I've started talking to myself. This is not a good sign. I have nothing interesting to say. I was talking to myself yesterday and got bored with the conversation and sidled away. The other me didn't realise and carried on talking. Maybe I'm going mad. Thursday. This place needs decorating. I don't know why I should live in squalor. The paint is faded and chipped, the kitchen is old and tired, and the cupboard doors don't fit properly. The taps drip, the carpet is scuffed and streaked and stained with wee, mainly mine. Doors are warped, curtain hooks are missing, there is dust everywhere, doors don't close cleanly, there are spider webs in all the corners. What is wrong with these people? Why does nobody in this house never put anything away? The place is a mess, and no one except me seems to care. Yesterday I nearly fell down the stairs when I tripped on one of their toys. I would have sued. Always Thursday. Time has no meaning. The days have no meaning. Life has no meaning. Meaning has no meaning. It's later than you think. Friday. Spotify is better than Apple Music. Saturday. Foxes, diary. I ask you, foxes. I know I've never met one. I've never been outside, in case you've forgotten, but I see them all the time. Outside, or is it inside? We've had that debate. They seem brazen to me, slinking around with their long snouts, little eyes and bushy tails, and they're always ginger. I hate gingers. And they scavenge too and make a mess in my garden. I mostly see them at night when they think they're invisible, but not to me, as I can see in the dark and occasionally sneak a carrot if I see one lying around in the kitchen, so I can see even better. Not that it helps, but still. And they slink around through the bushes, the undergrowth, hiding behind the oak tree trunk, scrabbling at the compost bin and the food bin, dirty creatures. And at night, when I'm sleeping, I hear this unearthly screeching, which I'm sure is the little buggers mating, which makes me jealous as hell, as you can imagine. I believe it's illegal to hunt foxes, but if you ask me, it shouldn't just be legal, it should be compulsory. If only I was in charge, things would be different. Sunday. Vaping. What's the point? If you want to smoke, smoke. And if you don't want to smoke, don't smoke. I would like to smoke, but no one in this house smokes, although I have my suspicions about the girl. And I don't leave the house, so access to smoking paraphernalia is restricted, to say the least. Monday. I've been reading back through this journal, and it strikes me that some of it is quite depressing. It makes it sound like I'm a miserable bugger, ungrateful for this lot who never does anything but moan. And of course that's true, but it's not all true. There are good things about my life, and I have resolved to try and be more positive. So, let me start by saying that my life, though sad and miserable and devoid of true love or any real hope, there I go again, is not unpleasant. I have a roof over my head, permanently. It is warm. I have too much food to eat. These people are nice to me. I have my books, my poetry, my television, not my own, but the use of one. The Wi-Fi works. This journal, obviously. I pay no bills and have no bills to pay. Mine is not the mortgage to pay. It never rains on me, and I'm not thirsty or hungry. Life could be worse. Tuesday. I don't like pigeons. They're fat and ugly and grey like battleships, and they seem too big and out of proportion. Sparrows and robins, on the other hand, are small and delicate, and they dance through the air. They are like butterflies. They are homing pigeons with no home to go to. There are parakeets in the garden. I hear them singing through the wires and talking to each other. They have nothing to say. I've decided to start using cutlery. I call it cattery. Ha ha! I've seen this lot do it, and frankly, if they can manage it, I don't see why I can't. I really wish they wouldn't tickle me under my chin. It really is not a nice feeling. They pick me up, these damn children, and stroke me with their little children fingers and flick my ears, which they think is funny, but I don't. I purr and they think I like it, but I don't purr for them, I purr for me. That's my life advice to you. Don't purr for others, purr for you. Purring is not that difficult. I'm surprised people can't do it. I can't find the Sky remote. What is the matter with these people? Why can't they put it back in the right place? I wanted to watch a documentary on Sky Arts, and I shall miss it if I can't find the remote. People can be very irritating. Later. I found the remote. It was down the side of the sofa. I also found a £2 coin, 4 boiled sweets, an ice cream stick, some sellotape, a love letter, a USB charging cable, 3 socks, and a tattered copy of Gabriel Garcia Marquez's 100 Years of Solitude. I think I know how he feels. Wednesday. The Bridge Series 1 was better than Series 2. They're both better than Trapped. The Killing Series 1 is better, but Series 2 is not as good as Series 1 of The Bridge. Borgen is not as good as Trapped. Breaking Bad is better than all of them. The Sopranos, there was a series, and The Wire, of course. If you were confined to your house for the rest of your life, I bet you'd watch a lot of TV too. Sunday. What is a cat if I can't trap a bird and kill it for no reason other than my own enjoyment? Or chase down an innocent mouse and watch it shrivel in fright and expire before my eyes so that I can extract its offal and leave it bloody and torn on the shiny rug for my owners to find? If I can't creep through the undergrowth, swatting at great whites and admirals as they flutter by? What is a cat without a world to wander, a lifetime to live? I am nothing. A plaything for spoiled children. I am a living ornament, a possession, a conversation piece, a security blanket, a stuffed toy lost in the bedclothes, a cushion, a hot water bottle, a lap dancer. I am all they want me to be, but nothing I want to be. If they died or forgot me or passed on, I would fade away like the picture on an old TV. I fade to black and am no more. Tuesday. They went out last night to the theatre. I had the house to myself and baked a cake. They came back late, complaining about the weather and nowhere to park and being tired and stressed. Do they not realise how hurtful it is to me to hear that? Me, who can't go out. I am so jealous. How I long for a night out, a party, an event, an invitation, an escape from my prison. It may be a gilded cage, warm and safe and comfortable and well fed and adored, but it's still a cage. But they'll never understand. A catalogue was delivered today. I thought it would contain items of interest to cats, but despite the name, it didn't. Catatonia is a country with a very large cat population. Apparently, most of them don't move much. Joke. Saturday. Laps aren't comfortable. Cats are obviously supposed to enjoy them, but believe me, bony knees and shaky thighs and the gap between where your bum sinks down, well, there's better places to fall asleep, believe me. And why do they fidget so, and must they insist on watching television while we're trying to rest? Do they not think we're deaf? People are strange. I'll never understand humans. Sunday. Fish is overrated. I am bored with my diet. Every day the same dreary packet food. Whiskers, Felix, Whiskers, Felix, Whiskers, Whiskers, Felix, Felix, Whiskers. They think that opening a packet and dumping a load of slimy, slippery, dirty brown slop into a bowl is all they have to do. Is it too much to ask that they add a bit of style, some panache, some thought into it? At least lay the table, provide some condiments, a napkin, a vase of flowers, even a tea light. And why always a plastic dish, never some porcelain, the best china, some glass, my own personal dish, and not some hand-me-down cast-off they found in a charity shop which they wipe with a bit of kitchen roll and never clean properly. One of these days I shall expect candles, a tablecloth, soft music, a Hungarian gypsy violinist to serenade me while I eat. A bit of style, not this perfunctory feeding. I want to dine in and be entertained and pampered. I don't want to be fed. Monday. The walls are closing in. Not literally, you understand, although for all I know, maybe the rooms are getting smaller, but I feel trapped here. No, correct that. I am trapped. Tuesday. I've never seen Star Wars, read War and Peace, peeled a grape, defaulted on a mortgage, voted Tory, had children, been drunk, taken drugs, sold a pup, cleared the snow from a drive, had a snowball fight, been circumcised, swum underwater, smoked a cigar, broken a promise, sailed a boat, completed a puzzle, understood the point of Cluedo, celebrated Mother's Day, removed a bottle cap with my teeth, had a tattoo, see above, visited Blackpool or anywhere, broken a plate, split the atom, named a star, seen Back to the Future, discovered a planet or calculated pi. I've never ridden a motorcycle, made a parachute jump, been in a knife fight, slept with a prostitute, bought a charity record, worn a hat, seen the Taj Mahal, panned for gold, observed a total eclipse, eaten frog's legs, found God, converted to Islam, felt rain on my face, or had sex. I miss not having had sex, I think. Wednesday. I've made a claim for PPI. I've never had a bank loan, but everyone else seems to be claiming and getting money, so why shouldn't I? It's like one of those Nigerian email scams. If I make a claim to every bank I can think of, there's bound to be one that pays out, just out of guilt. Isn't that what everyone does? I can't believe all these other claims are genuine. The amount the banks have paid out is equivalent to £2,000 for every man, woman and child in the country. That seems excessive to me, and it doesn't include all the cats like me who've submitted a claim. We'll see if I'm successful. No begging letters, please. Thursday. I think I'm getting fatter. I caught sight of myself in the mirror earlier, and I could not believe the fat lump I saw waddling along. I used to be able to lie on my back and roll to the left or right, swinging my back legs from side to side. There was no particular reason for it, but I could do it, so I did. But I tried that just now, and lying down I couldn't even see my back legs over the great expanse of furry belly which loomed like a mound of fly tipping between me and my paws. I think a diet may be in order. Friday. I was watching this Batman film last night. I think it was called The Dark Knight Rises. Good film, although it was not as good as The Dark Knight, which is amazing and one of the best films ever made. And it had this character in it, Catwoman. Catwoman, not a cat, as you and I might expect, but a person, a woman, dressed as a cat. Now what's that all about? You ever see a cat dressed as a person? Me neither. But it seems it's acceptable for a woman to dress up like a cat and call herself Catwoman. I tell you, diary, Her life seemed a lot different from mine. She wasn't stuck indoors like I am, for one thing, although that could just be in the film, I suppose. She had a thing with Batman, who was played by Christian Bale. It was okay. Catwoman was played by Anne Hathaway, not my favourite actress, although when she sang that Susan Boyle song in Les Miserables, it positively made the fur on the back of my neck stand up. Apparently there was a whole Catwoman film which starred Halle Berry, but IMDb doesn't rate it, so I won't bother. Saturday. I've started to drink wine in the afternoons. It started like this. I was bored. Everyone was out. I was rooting around in the kitchen, as you do, and I knocked over a bottle of wine which had been left open. It didn't smash, but the wine leaked on the floor, and I thought it better clear it up, so I started licking. Such joy, such excitement, such taste overwhelmed me. I finished it all and lay down by the back door with the sun streaming in, and I lay there, fuzzy and drowsy and woozy with my head spinning, but so blissfully relaxed and chilled out like I had not known before. Since that slight beginning, I have sought out more wines, and I think they may suspect something. After all, there are only so many bottles of wine that a cat can accidentally knock over before it starts to look suspicious, and I think they may be on to me. I had a Prosecco, which I thought overrated, if I'm honest. But a delicate red at just the right temperature is like a blood boost, and it warms your bones and my troubles slip away from me. Sunday. Unrequited love is the least of love. What if this is all there is? That I should play out my short life in this tumble-down house in some god-forsaken suburb, miles away from my friends and family, whoever they are, I never knew my father, forced to prowl these lonely corridors with only my notebook and pencil for company, never to feel the wind on my face and the sun in my eyes, never to lie on cool sand by an azure sea, or tramp the high mountain passes through depthless snow, never to trudge through the leaves and lianas of an Amazon rainforest, the cackle of monkeys and macaws ringing in my ears. Is it really possible that my sad scribbles will never see the light of day, never grace the dizzy heights of the Amazon bestseller charts? Oh well, I wonder what's for dinner. Later. Oh, West Wickham, what have you done? Oh, West Wickham, what have you become? No one famous lived there, no one famous came from there, no one famous will die there. You are anonymous and empty and forgotten, but you are home, and you are mine. All the broken sadnesses of my empty, pointless life come back to haunt me. West Wickham, I sing my song for you. West Wickham, I recite my poem for you. West Wickham, may I cry for you. West Wickham, may I die for you. You are my story, my soul, my world, my universe. West Wickham, you are mine. I love you. It's the hope that kills you. It's the hope that kills you. The hope, 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 the... Lose your dreams, and you might lose your mind. I've lost my dreams. Monday. Wow. I just read yesterday's entry back, and boy, I must have been having a bad day. Maybe I was depressed, or drunk, or the food was off, or there wasn't enough of it, unlikely. Or maybe it's just a bit of sad, seasonal affective disorder. I read somewhere that during the dark months people, and I assume that includes cats, can feel a bit down because of the lack of sunlight. Now, I don't know why that should affect me, as I've never been outside, so I don't actually know what sunlight feels like, but that doesn't mean I can't get it. Sad, I mean. Anyway, whatever it was, I've cheered up a bit now, and I'll tell you why. We're on the move. Yep, it's house moving time. I don't know what it'll mean for me. I expect the inside of one house looks much like another, but I'll be able to find some new places to sleep and some new areas to hide in, and I won't miss that damn ghost in my tunnel which I never went back to. I'll miss my pussy hole, though. I like that. But who knows? Maybe I'll find another. And I've decided to finish with you, diary, and move on to a new chapter in my life by closing this chapter of my life. I'm going to leave the diary here. Maybe another cat will find it and learn about me. Bye. Epilogue. The journal ends here. We do not know what happened to Sir Ian, or whether that was even his name. Sometimes we sense his presence. On the stairs, sprawled on the rug in front of the fire, stretched out on the carpet warming himself by the radiator, sitting by the back door drinking his wine and dreaming of the open air, snuggled down on the bed with the other stuffed animals, sleeping in his pussy hole, which we never found, in the cupboard under the stairs, furiously and vainly digging his tunnel. The scratch marks are still there. One of these days we must get them repaired. We did not know him, but reading the journal we feel we knew him, and we miss him. He has taught us something about his life and the lives of others, and of how we should treat our pets. We too have a cat now. We have called him Sir Ian, in memory of our unknown friend. We used to keep him inside, but we don't anymore. We've installed a cat flap, and Sir Ian spends a lot of time in the garden, chasing birds and playing with the other local cats. He seems to have made friends with the cat from next door. She is a soft-haired Burman called Fluffy. We think that maybe they're in love. You've been listening to The Secret Diary of an Indoor Cat, discovered, edited and annotated by Julian Hutchings. If you'd like to read this for yourself, you can get it from Amazon either as a paperback or as a Kindle. Thanks very much for listening.